What if you were just one perspective shift away from making today the best day of your entire life?
That's what today's episode is all about.
Life is beautiful.
The Theo Bros Podcast.
Yo, how we doing? I am Mike Theo.
I am Nick Theo.
And you are listening to the Theo Bros Podcast.
We can count on daily wisdom to get your mind right.
So something crazy happened to us pretty recently. We were taking a walk through the cemetery, as we do every single day. But this time, something was wildly different. So every day we walk into the cemetery, there's a little security guard there posted up in this little, what would you call that thing? I don't know.
A little hut.
A little hut, security hut. And every day we wave hi to this guy and we go on our walk. On this day, we're walking by this hut and we don't see anybody in there. And we're starting to think to ourselves, that's really weird. Like maybe security is out to lunch or something. That's never happened before. There's always somebody manning this little hut. And as we keep walking, we notice that there's actually somebody laying on the ground right outside of it. And it's the security guard. And as we get closer and closer to this man, we realize he has his eyes wide open and he's just convulsing like crazy. And his mouth is open and it's like we're like very confused by what the hell is going on. Our brain is in like high alert. We're trying to like shake him and like ask him, are you okay? Are you okay? And his eyes are wide open and he's looking at us, but there's like no real consciousness there and he can't even answer us. He's just like twitching. And so now we're really starting to freak out. And you stay with him. I start running to go get somebody else for help, like another cemetery worker. Then next thing you know, ambulances showed up and this guy is still just convulsing on the floor. We gave him like a little cushion to put his head there. Ambulance comes, tries like figuring out what to do. And they go on to tell us that he was having a seizure.
No, he wasn't having a seizure.
Oh, sorry. He was having a stroke.
We thought he was having
a seizure.
But the signs were clear that it wasn't a seizure, it was a stroke because one part of his body was working and one part of his body wasn't.
Yeah, we didn't realize that until afterwards. So they rushed him to the hospital and then we completed the rest of our walk, but we were just shook. And it really messed with us. We were like very confused by it. And luckily we got there like in time, not necessarily in time, but we spoke to the security guard a week later, the new security guard that was taking this guy's post. And we asked him whatever happened to that guy, like, is he okay? And it turns out that he's still in a coma. And this was weeks later. He's still in a coma. And he was a perfectly healthy 50-year-old man, like in shape. You can tell he wasn't overweight, nothing really wrong with him from the outside. This just happened to him all of a sudden. And he has 2 kids and he has a family and they're all super worried about him. And he actually thanked us for being there in the nick of time because any longer of him being on that ground in that stroke, he would have had it even worse and could have potentially died. So why are we telling this story today?
We're telling this story because I think one of the things we often take for granted is our health. And there's a famous quote that we often refer to, which is a healthy man wishes for 1,000 things, but a sick man only wants one. And I mean, seeing that guy, can't you see how true that is? I'm sure that guy right now only wants one thing. His family only wants one thing. It's for him to have his health back, to be the person that he was before the stroke happened. And when you don't have some difficulty like that, you think about the healthy person and all the things we desire and all the things we're running after and chasing, this vacation and that new car and all this shit. And it's like all of that doesn't matter at all if you don't have your health.
100%.
And health is wealth.
Yeah, I learned this lesson. This is one of those lessons you have to learn over and over and over again. I learned this lesson for the first time in a big way when I broke my leg in high school. I couldn't walk. I actually couldn't even move for 3 months. Like even the slightest millimeter of movement in that leg shot up excruciating pain. And I just remember thinking to myself, when I can walk again, when this is healed, I am never taking my legs for granted ever again. Like I will be so happy once I can heal because this is just so excruciatingly painful. What happens? hedonic adaptation. Your brain gets used to the pleasure all over again of being able to walk. It takes it for granted, and it looks for the next thing that it wants. And you forget how...
Yeah, that happened with me with my jaw too. Like, so my jaw was wired shut for 3 months. I wasn't able to eat solid food. And then once you're open and free again, you're like, oh my God, food is the greatest thing in the world. And then
just the sensation of being able to bite into something.
Exactly. Bite into an apple was like, oh my God, this is insane. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And now you just, forget about all that. But that's why we're doing this, right? But the Dalai Lama has a fantastic quote, which really spoke to me. Man sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health.
Yeah, that definitely happens to some people.
It's like we chase the success so much that we're willing to sacrifice so much of our health for it. And then
you use the money
we use that money we make to help pay off the medical bills for all the problems we cause because of the stress we put ourselves under.
Yeah, I think we can wrap this episode up quickly today. It's just a reminder that you don't need to wait for illness or injury or this big health scare for you to get yourself back into this perspective of not taking your physical health for granted.
Yeah, and the way you do that, and the way you do that is by practicing gratitude. The way you can think about gratitude is medicine, like a probiotic, something you take every day, not just when you get sick. And you practice that gratitude every day for all the abundance that you do have in your life, the ability to walk, the ability to breathe, to chew food, to, all these little things that we take for granted. Make it a practice with gratitude. Take that probiotic.
You don't know what you have until it's gone. That's really what this lesson, the deeper lesson here is. So I want to end the episode with a slightly different call to action than what people are used to. I want to end with a little guided meditation, believe it or not, where even if you're driving and you need your eyes open, you could still do this open-eyed. I think that the body is truly a miracle. And at any given point in time, if you really think about it, the systems that are just naturally taking place in this moment, as you are speaking and listening, your brain, your nervous system is taking in the sensory information. Your digestive system in this moment is working perfectly to digest the food that you ate 7 hours ago. Your, what other systems do we got? Your cardiovascular system is pumping blood to every single cell in your body, bringing oxygen from your lungs, your pulmonary system, the breathing. All of this stuff is happening on its own without you having to think about it. And you don't know how beautiful these systems are in your body until you lose one of them, until you have that heart attack, until the lung gets punctured, until you lose a limb, until you get sick and feel like shit. Your immune system gets messed up. Like, you don't realize how beautiful these things are until you lose them. So I want to do a quick body scan where we just appreciate what's going on inside our bodies, starting from the top of our head. And I'm going to start guiding us into it.
Go for it.
Top of our heads, through our face, and our shoulders, and our elbows, and our hands, and our fingers, and our chest, the lungs that are filling up with this air, the heart that is pumping the blood to every cell in our body, the eyes that we get to see, the nose that smells, the stomach that is digesting, the seat underneath you, your legs that help you to move, your feet on the ground. Just take a moment to appreciate your body and this good health, how healthy your mind feels, how healthy your body feels. Appreciate it for just this one moment and go into your day not taking it for granted. Really appreciate your health because it is the most important thing at the end of the day.
Love it. That was great. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you.
Peace.
Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end.
If you're new here, we share daily mindset motivation in 10 minutes or less.
So if that's your vibe, hit subscribe or check out another episode right here.